Hey everyone, so in this series we have covered a couple of topics. So I hope you have tried or you are going to try. In any case, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this developer friendly tool that is Codium AI. Let me know how friendly it is with you to help you in reducing your efforts in code generation, in review, and all other features that it provides. This video we are going to talk about test cases. When it is generating test cases, how much useful is that? Let's go jump into the directly. I jump into IDE directly and see how it is there. Here we are again in the same project that we started from the first video. This is our controller class, product client controller. This is what I want to generate test cases. First of all, product controller classes looks pretty straightforward. We saw the, like, this is the class that we have, this is the dependency that it has, right? And these are the straightforward create product, update product, and all these methods are there, which are not doing anything in itself, but they are just delegating the calls to the service that has the actual business logic. When I go and write the unit test cases for this one, what will I do? I will create this one. I will create the mock of this client service, and I will mock the behavior in such a way that when create product is being called, it should return as predefined product, and I'll compare that when I'm asserting that one. So nothing fancy, nothing is going to be there. It's just a per method one test case is going to be there. Let's see how Codium AI is going to generate the test cases for this one. We will keep this video short, and if there are more scenarios, I'll create them in another part, but let's see in this video how it is going to do. So first thing, what we do, these are the things that we see when we are starting our IDE. So these are the options that you can see. Maybe your first time you're coming in here, so just click on this one, open test panel, and you have to log into the system, right? Login into this. So if it pops you to for the login, like login into the account, so log into that account, then you will be able to see all these things. Now I'm going to click on this one, test this class, not the method, but test this class. The one stand that we have, like one thing that we are calling out from starting, that it is kind of a code suggestion tool. It is going to suggest us the test cases, explanation, suggestion, anything is there. So in this case, it is going to suggest the test cases that are there. If it looks good for us, we are going to apply it. If it is not going to look for us good for us, we are going to discard that one. So review the suggestion and see what it is there. So if I want to make, so it had generated the suggestion. Let me go one by one. So these are the some configurations that comes in to this one. So general instruction, given when then style. So when we write the unit test cases, there is certain style that is there. It depends developer to developer how they want to arrange it, but core of this unit test cases is same. Like you have some sort of data, you are going to prepare that one, you are going to call the actual method under test, and then you are going to compare the expected and actual result. So given when then arrange act expect and where labels with drivers input. So I'm going to bid this one, given when then. This is what I like and I do it. So test framework, I want to use, these are the options that we have. I want to go with the JUnit 5. Reference example, there is no reference example. I will go ahead whatever it is suggesting. Auto mock, this is also by default unchecked. We can check it obviously. Number of tests, how many tests I need first time when I want to generate it. So let's see, I wanted only one test case. So this is the one test that I have seen it has generated. And total behaviors, how many scenarios can be. Behaviors are very much important, right? So when we are writing any piece of code, this is like, what would we do? In the code also, we are trying to simulate the user behavior, the way that I want users to interact with my system. What is that? It's the behavior only, the logics that put in the code. So what all behaviors are there, it has given us to that, like create a product with valid data returns a successful response. So this is the test case. Usually when we are writing the test cases, we are writing method, but it's good to know the behavior, what would we are testing out of that one. So this is giving us that one, like what I want to test with. Creating a product with valid data returns a successful response. So this is what I had, this one test case. So this is what it had generated. Other behaviors it has, like it has not generated the test case, but I can click on this one and generate it immediately. Updating a product with valid data returns a successful response. Retrieving a product by valid ID returns the correct product. Retrieving products by a valid name returns a list of matching products. Deleting a product by a valid name. So these are the happy parts. So this is also tagging happy. Edge cases. Edge cases also, see, it was able to identify the context of the logic that is implemented in the product service. That is how it can mock that behavior. So edge cases, like some cases are there, creating a product with invalid data throws an illegal argument exception. Updating a product with invalid data returns an error response. Retrieving a product with by invalid ID throws product not found exception. So specifically it has gotten the context of the logic that is there in the product service. If you go and identify this one logic, so these are the similar ones that behaviors product client service can have, in what cases it can return. Other cases are there, handling server errors gracefully when creating a product, and this one, and all such things. So let's go one by one. So let's evaluate, let's see what first it has generated. So test create product with valid, and this one it has given this client service, client controller, set ID, expected result, actual result, and this one expected response. And product client actual response, this has made the call to the product, and this is what it has put the logic to compare that one. So this is what it looks good to me. What I have to do this now, I have to save it in a file. I have not generated any test file or sort of thing. I can copy it from in here, create the test file directly and copy it there. So let's see how this feature is there, save to file. It is going to, this is something I think can be improved a bit. Okay, so because it is giving me this file name, class name also. So I have to choose like which service I want to go. So product client is there, src main test. So test product client, and this is the place where I want this under controller package. So file name, it is giving me a bit weird one. So this is not something that I need. I need something like this, product controller test. Let's see how it behaves there. Go to the place. So it is putting some error in here. So let me see what is that. Okay, so product controller test, it has put the class name and this properly. So this is like package name, it was not able to identify that one. So I have to set this manually, product client. Okay, and the second thing, if you see the configuration that I had while generating the test cases, I had put the JUnit 5, but still it is importing the JUnit 4. This is something I want to be improved. Let's see how future, if you are trying this out later on, let's see in your case how it is doing it. So let me know in the comment section how we have in your case, like properly importing the JUnit 5 or not. Other things, the classes that you are taking, it took all the classes properly here, but it failed to add the import statement. That is what I have to do this manually. This is something we expect that it should have been able to do that automatically. Mock create response, because it has context and all sort of thing, everything with it. Assert equals not this one, import this one, and this create product. So what it is saying, like okay, so this create product by default it is not public, so I have to make this public for the sake of unit test. because you see our REST endpoints works without making it public. So I had not that use case where I needed to call it from some other class, so that is why that was good. But now for the test purpose I have to call it, so I have to make this public. Create product. So if all the errors are gone here, so let's review this once. Product client service, it is mocking that one. Product client controller, it has created that client service. Now it is creating the test data that is there, like product that I will pass, and this is the expected response that it is giving, set status and all that. And when product create product, and this product when passing it, then return the expected response. This is exactly what I needed. When this one, then this one. So let's try to execute this call. I'm not seeing any issue with this one, so it should be able to work pretty straightforward. First time when you are running the test cases, obviously it takes time, so that's what it is taking at this point. So it executed that response successfully. So now we got our first test case running successfully with this one. So what next do we need? Just go to the Codium AI, open tests panel. So this is already there. Okay. So what I want now, so generate happy path, this one, and I want one edge case to be generated. So one by one we can generate it. Okay. So let's see if it had generated that one, not because sometimes it is not able to generate basically. So you just have to retry it, nothing else. And if you see this related sub behaviors and all that, you can see the more details in here. Codium AI adding tests for uncovered behavior. So tests it is not able to give me, so maybe I have to try this again. For this one it has already generated updating a product. So by usually it generates this one, not an I don't have any issue with that one, but sometimes it is failing to do that one, not sure why. Yeah, this case it was able to generate that properly. So in this case it is generating the case for handling server errors gracefully when creating a product. So mock product service, it has done that one, set status, internal server error, and this is what given when then it is doing it. So let me copy this one, and because file I already have generated, so I just have to copy it and paste it in here. Okay, so my custom exception, then throw. Okay, in this case it failed to take this one, what is the then throw exception. So let me ask it to correct this one. Okay, so how it can do, so go to create product, go to this one and see what exact exception it is giving me. Illegal argument exception, because what scenario it is testing basically, set id test product, it is testing internal server error. So in which cases it can give us the internal server error, get id null. There is no such exception as my custom exception server issues. So what I can go ahead and I can write the runtime exception. So this is let me ask it to correct it. So let me go to the suggestion in here, whatever the test panel. So you see the command, there is I can prompt it to correct the things. There is no exception class as this one, use the one which is existing. Let's see how it is able to correct that or not. My service exception, it was able to replace that with my service exception. So I'm copying this in from here and removing this entirely. My service exception, I just have to import it, right? And what? Okay, so actually it copied the entire test case, like entire class file on all that it imported. So that is what it I do not need it. I need just the test method in here, right? So this is how you see you have to be very careful while using these assistant tools. So now it is working fine. So now let's review this one, mock product. So it is expecting the response 500 internal server error, set ID, set name, set price. When then it is giving us properly. So let's run it. So it will. So the benefit of mocking is like it is not going to actually interact with the product client service. We all know, right? If you don't know unit test, there is an entire series about how to write the unit test cases, code coverage and all that thing. So you will get the complete details in there. So it is giving me internal server error, exception this one, create product, creating product. But the thing is like it is actual response. When you create this product, you have mocked the service to give an error, so that is giving an error. So how can you compare this one? This is the fault that it has, right? So there is not going to be any proper response in cases when there is going to be an exception. Okay, so that is what I have to make the correction. Go to Codium AI and go to the suggestion in here. So I have to respond it like this, create product is throwing exception, so test that. Basically expect that this create product will throw an exception, kind of that. Yeah, assert throws. This is something, a new product line, when and then this is something that I need. So I can copy whatever correction I needed. I can copy the exactly same thing because I know how it is suggesting now by time. So this is then something that I do not expect. So assert throws is there. So in this case I have to import assert throws and remove this one, when and then. This is also pretty good that it is able to put the things all together in this one. So run the test cases. So creating product error gracefully. Now, yeah, it threw my service exception properly and it is passing. So now we have written 2 test cases. Now it's about, now you know the way out how you can run the test cases out of this one. Okay, so that is what I wanted to cover. I hope you got the understanding now how you can iterate it, how you can get the help of test cases assistant that is available out there. Now you can see there are total 15 behaviors that I can include, so you can check the code coverage accordingly. You can keep adding the test cases that are there by just selecting from in here. So what it helped here, it assisted you writing these kind of code, but what helped you, what is the knowledge that you need to have, the correction that needed to be made at every point. So it's not exactly the copy paste, but the assistant altogether, like collaboration with the AI assistant that is there. So I hope you found it useful. Try out the test cases that is applicable for your case. If you face any issue, put that in comment section and let me know how it is helping in your case. There is going to be one more video about this one where we will see how Codium AI is failing to give the proper test cases when we are going to write the client service. So there is one more video before concluding test cases. So I'll see you in the next one, that video. Take care. Till then, take care. Bye bye.